Hello, I'm Nicholas Ray. Welcome to Community Corner. We welcome today Laura Donahue of Pizza Hut and Karen Schaeffler, Rochester Community School District, to share with us how they work together in training students with disabilities. All the hosts were part of the school program and worked at Pizza Hut. Ladies, thanks for coming down today, both of you.
Good afternoon.
Laura, would you please tell us about your job training?
With my job training, I've been at Pizza Hut for 22 years, so my training started quite a long time ago. I was hired as just a crew person at Pizza Hut, and through all the years I was trained through management. I had a small amount of college through restaurant management, and besides that, everything else has been done on the job through courses that Pizza Hut offers and different training programs that they have.
Thank you.
Laura, have you always worked with food?
No, actually, it's been a while, but my first jobs were all in the office field. I worked at Blue Cross Blue Shield. I worked as administrative assistant at a CPA firm. And after those jobs is when I started at Pizza Hut.
Karen, please tell us about where you work each day and why.
Well, in the mornings, I'm lucky enough to be at Pizza Hut. So I go there in the mornings and meet my two students at Pizza Hut. And then in the afternoon, I go to RAC. It's a workout facility in downtown Rochester. And I have two more students in the afternoon. And those are my current jobs. Each quarter we change job sites sometimes, and then we change students. So we get a chance to work with different students at different locations.
Tell us how Pizza Hut became involved with the schools.
Is that for me, Ryan?
This is for you, Laura.
I was approached back in 1995 by Mrs. Ellis, Barbara Ellis, and she is the director of the Wings program.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, it's just been a beautiful relationship.
I remember Barbara Jean Ellis. Hi, Barbara. It's me.
How long has Pizza Hut worked with the Rochester schools of this plan?
At Pizza Hut?
Pizza
Yep.
Hut.
Once again, I answered it in that last question. We started back in 1995, so it's been ongoing for 15 years now.
Okay.
How many customers work with each job staff member and why?
We don't have a lot of customers that get to work with the staff. When they come to Pizza Hut, the restaurant is still closed and it's not open to the public yet. But we do have quite a few employees that are there. And once the semesters change, sometimes some of the employees change also. So it is a nice, diverse group and a nice variety. But at our site at Pizza Hut, like I said, the students are only there when the restaurant is closed. So they do a lot of prep work and they help clean up the restaurant and keep it clean for when we get ready to open.
Well, tell us how the school district located the restaurant for job work.
I'm not sure exactly how they located it, but I definitely feel blessed that they did because I love the program and I think it works great. So I think Miss Ellis was just out in the public looking for different sites that she may be able to approach, and I'm glad she chose Pizza Hut.
Do you need to wear special work clothes?
Well, I don't have to wear special work clothes. I wear kind of like what I have on right now, like I was going into the office. But the students, depending on what job site they're at, for example, at Pizza Hut, they're giving shirts and hats, and they need to wear those every day so they don't get their regular clothes dirty. Most of our other sites, it's just long pants and tennis shoes, no flip-flops or cutoffs or any of that type of attire. But some do require a uniform.
Laura, what are you asked to supply paperwork, insurance, and job descriptions?
There's not too much paperwork that goes with it. When we were first approached through the Wings program and Mrs. Ellis, we did have to provide copies of our workman's comp insurance paperwork. Besides that, as for every semester, we do have it's a job site assignment, an agreement that we both sign. The students and Karen are required to keep an attendance record, so attendance are kept. And then any training materials that we can provide the job coach to help in the assistance of the training is definitely done, and it's provided. Karen has done a great job to help make different worksheets that are more understandable than what Pizza Hut provides. So for every activity that they do, Karen has gone ahead and made activity sheets and worksheets that explain everything that has to do, and she's also went ahead and taken pictures so that way there's a visual aspect for the training process too.
Oh, Laura, what kind of records do you keep? What kind of records do you need to keep?
Well, that might be towards me, I think, a little bit, Laura, right? Because you describe what you do. As far as the job coach, we keep attendance logs. We keep individual goals and objectives for each student, so we monitor those during the job site. We also keep a safety checklist, which we review with the students every week so they know all the safety concerns of the job site, as far as if there's hot ovens to stay away from, slippery floors. So we always go over safety issues every week, because safety is our main concern, to keep everybody safe. We also have she's called task analysis, which for every task that a student does at a job location, it's a description step by step of what they actually do. And we monitor that so we can tell how much progress an individual student is making doing a task. Laura sees me sitting down doing my paperwork every so often. We also keep a comment log. We talk about what the student did that day, if there were any concerns. And those are just about the just about the paperwork that we do.
What keeps your site open to school students?
I think it works well for both parties. Pizza Hut gets a lot out of it. We enjoy having the students there. And I think through all the years, I think I've had some happy students that have left us like yourselves. So once again, I hope it continues for a long time. We just did a fundraiser with the Wings program 2 weeks ago, and I seen a lot of students going back from 15 years, and it was very nice to be able to see them and to keep in touch with them. So I really hope that Mrs. Ellis keeps us as a work site.
Ah, yes, the Wings program. I remember being at Wings, I do.
Yeah,
I have a same question for you too, again for you, Laura.
okay.
How receptive is your regular staff to the student workers?
I think very receptive. How do you guys feel that they did good?
Well, Laura, in my opinion, I think you two did a wonderful job in training me, Karen, because you taught me to remember one thing: be quiet, learn, and as you go on, you learn. You taught me that at a very young age, very many years ago.
Yep, that's good. So
Now, if I were my parents, I'm going to say you two taught me a lot of stuff that I didn't know before about cooking.
good. And how about the regular staff? You think they all treated you fair and
Yeah,
very
sure.
receptive? I agree.
I
have to
think
agree.
that everybody on Pizza Hut did a very good job.
Yep, I think they enjoy it just as much as I do, and
That's what I live on my own and do more cooking now.
that's good. See, make a good pizza.
And if
I
I can make
try.
a quick comment, I think the other staff at Pizza Hut was always willing and able to answer questions for our students. Our students know that they can go to them for help, as well as Laura or myself. So I think everyone gets along really well there.
Well, what are some job skills students develop? Because maybe a student may learn like a certain skill. I may say like someone you said, Ryan, don't you count how many chicken wings in a particular thing and count them?
You know, we do teach them the activities on the job, but as for the skills, we really try to teach them things that they can apply at any business, not just Pizza Hut. So a lot of it is we teach them to be accountable for their actions. dependable for the corporation. We teach them that teamwork is a very, very important part of any job that you may have. It's important to be part of the team. We teach them how to follow corporate policies and procedures, such as wearing a uniform, following safety rules. So I think there's a lot of skills that we try to incorporate that are going to help out, just not at Pizza Hut, but if they do get a job at any other different business or location.
Because I was at Rivercraft, that's where I work, and I do catering. My job, Neil tells me, says, Ryan, I want you to make sure you wear every time wearing a shirt nice and clean, with nice jeans and clean shoes. I do my tasks, get them done, because that is my job, because I don't want to be rude to my boss.
That's correct.
It's important.
It is.
Would you like this partnership to continue?
I would.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I am partial to Pizza Hut. It's one of my favorite job sites. I mean, I do go to a few others, but Pizza Hut's my favorite.
We feel that way about Karen being our
Yeah.
job coach there.
Yeah.
You two are
The
both
more, the
very
merrier.
fun.
I think that would be wonderful. I think that would be wonderful if it did continue because you two are just great together.
Well, thank you. Thank you very
You
much,
two, you
Ryan.
are both amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Let me add one more thing about what Laura said too. And she was absolutely right that they learn, students learn the appropriate social skills at these places. They not only learn how to maybe prep a pizza, but they learn good work behaviors from the other co-workers also at that site. They use them as role models. And they learn to build the appropriate employee relationship, because I think students need to know how to interact with their bosses and the other staff members. I'm looking at my little cheat sheet here. They also develop problem-solving skills when they're at sites. You know, and they follow a task list. Laura brought that up before. So they do learn more than just the individual task. You know, they learn how to work with employers and other employees.
Oh, that's good.
My question will be for both of you, okay? But it's a new word to my question. Do you think learning takes place between the student worker and your regular staff?
Yes.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
why so?
I think both parties bring a lot to the table. So with the students, the regular staff, we learn a little bit more about patience. We learn more about problem solving. And I think as for the students, that they learn a lot about team skills, open communication. Once again, teamwork is very, very important, to ask for help or ask questions if you don't understand. In any job that you go to, there's always somebody that's been there a little bit longer and maybe is trained a little bit more. So there's always somebody that can help you get through a rough spot. So.
Now, ladies, how are job coaches and the students transported?
Well, the students are transported on school buses. They're
Okay.
picked up either at the high schools or at the Wings program.
Okay.
And then I drive my own vehicle. So I meet the bus and the students at whatever job site I'm going to.
Are there any clothing rules for the student workers?
There is a Pizza Hut. Karen touched on it before. We do require that the students at Pizza Hut wear a Pizza Hut uniform. It is done to protect their personal clothing, but it's also done for security reasons too. That way, if there was ever an emergency and we did have to call the police for any reason, they see that that person belongs, they're supposed to be at Pizza Hut.
Oh, so that's the purpose of it.
It is. That, and also too, once again, Pizza Hut requires a uniform. To be a uniform, everyone pretty much has to be the same. You talked about wearing clean clothes to work. It's important. It's important to have a nice, clean, sharp image because you are representing a brand, which is Pizza Hut.
Okay.
But we also do it too, where you have to wear hair restraints because you're working with food. So everybody's required to wear a hat and a hair restraint. Of course, we're required to wear a name tag, so that way if a customer ever wanted to approach you, they could see your name. So it's a small uniform and it's brief, but it's important that everybody stays in uniform. So.
It relates to both of you. Does your worksite training have any cost to the district of Rochester and Rochester Hills?
As far as Rochester schools know, this is an extension of their classroom. So for our students, that part of the day is just an extension of their regular classes. So they go to work-based learning or to a job site like they would go to a class at school.
Yep. And as for Pizza Hut, there's no cost. The most cost we have is providing a uniform, but most of the students give that back. We do allow them to keep their hat as part of a souvenir or a remembrance, so they get to keep that, but that's the only cost that comes out of to Pizza Hut. If anything, Pizza Hut benefits from this program.
Laura and Karen, do you provide student workers with food discounts?
I think that one will be for me.
Yes, Laura?
Students, while they are working, they are entitled to a 20% discount if they ever come in with their family or their friends when they're not working.
Well.
The other thing we do, which started way back with you guys when you worked,
know.
and we still continue, is on Friday for good performance, we do give them a reward or a bonus of a free personal pan pizza of their choice. So we still have that, and I think it started back when you guys were all with us.
All right.
It was one way to reward the students for all their hard work. So
I am simply shocked.
I think that's why everybody likes to come to Pizza Hut to work.
I'm shocked to hear that.
That's why.
I am
All right,
double
that's
shocked.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. Laura, I'm coming back to see you. That's it.
Me too.
I'll give you your
That's a
20% still,
Benny.
even though you don't work here. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks. How could the employees or students suggest work changes?
We really coach open communication. It's important when you have that many team members playing together that, one, the managers and the job coaches take time to listen to everybody's needs or questions or concerns. As for Pizza Hut, everybody is trained that we have an open door policy. Sometimes as managers we hear things we don't like to hear, but it's important that we listen to everybody and we react and we make any changes necessary to keep everybody happy at work.
All right.
And it's the same way with Rochester schools. If a student has a concern, they can come to me, and if I can't help with it, then I go to Mrs. Ellis, and we talk it over, and we're always there to listen to everyone's
Barbara Jean
concerns.
Ellis. I remember that name.
Yes.
David, come on.
My final question for you, both of you. Do you see the student workers getting supplied and why?
I'm going to answer that yes. I'm just going to go back to when Ryan worked for me, and he was one of the only students that I was ever able to teach this. So going back 15 years, that's an accomplishment to Ryan.
Oh, great.
But we used to have big machines that we made dough patties through. And Ryan was about the only one that was able enough, safe enough that, and he was there long enough. He was there for 2 semesters, so that helped. But he was able to roll out the dough patties, and I think it made him happy, and it made me happy, because that was one of my worst jobs that I ever hated. So I really liked when Ryan learned that one.
Oh, great.
So, but I've seen it through a lot of different students. I see, they struggle with a few things, and then we're able to show them different ways to get around it. And I see it makes them happy to be able to accomplish it.
Right.
So yes.
And I would have to say again, absolutely. When a student masters a task that they had never done before, they're very proud of their accomplishments, and it gives, builds their self-confidence and makes them a better worker. So absolutely.
And Karen, my final question is to you, Karen Schaeffler. Karen, would you please tell us a success story?
Well, I think there's a success story just about every day with our students. As I just said, learning how to do a task that they had never done before is truly a success. I know a few students have gone on to be hired at some of our locations. I have one student that worked at the RAC, and he was hired after he left school, and he has been there 7 years now. Laura's had some people also, some students that have
Like me at Rivercrest. That's where I work now.
exactly, and I think you three are all an example of a success
Thank
story.
you.
Laura and I have been talking about that the last couple days.
Oh, thank you,
And,
ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we both agree that you three, look at you three now, for heaven's sakes.
Wow.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
come a long ways, guys.
Yep.
Long ways.
Ask last question. Ask
Okay,
last question.
Hello. Please tell us a success story.
I'm going to copy off of Karen because my answer would be the three of you. It's probably out of all the years, probably the biggest success story that I could come up with. But once again, too, we have a friend of yours who's Jennifer Merle.
Oh, yes.
She
How is
started
she
back.
doing?
She's doing great. She started back with the Wings program back in 1997, so she was 2 years after, and she's still employed by Pizza Hut.
Oh, shit.
Yep. I know a
nice.
couple other students that I started with way back when too, and I see them out in the community. There was one gentleman, his name is Tony. He for a while was working 2 part-time jobs.
Oh, he's working 2 part-time
Two
jobs?
part-time jobs. So it's nice to see. It's nice to keep in touch with the students. But so far, I think you three are the biggest
you.
success that I've known through the program. So.
Ladies, gentlemen, you know what it's time for? Fair question time.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Karen, now you better tell me, what is your favorite restaurant? And delight me, because I know you, Karen Schaeffler. Come on.
I'm sorry, what is what?
What is your favorite restaurant? Tell me. What is your favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant?
favorite place in the whole wide world. What is it?
Lino's. I love Lino's.
In fact, I see you all the time.
For dinner, but
I-
for
I-
lunch, it's Pizza Hut. Are
Oh,
you kidding?
great.
This is great.
I'm going to give Lino's a plug here.
But check it. We're talking about food, buffalo wings, and pizza. Laura, Kelly, please pop me, bitch. What is your favorite pop?
My favorite pop?
Oh, great.
Mine would be Dr. Pepper, my
How
favorite.
about yours, Kelly?
Mine would be Diet Coke.
Of
How about
course.
you, Ryan?
How about David Taylor would have to be between Diet Coke and mug root beer.
Aaron?
I like anything, but I guess between Pepsi and Whip Bill.
There you go.
Mine would be Diet Pepsi Max.
So what is your
Next.
favorite vacation to go on?
My favorite vacation?
Yeah, yours.
Any vacation is my favorite vacation.
Guys,
Anywhere to be able to get away from home, I have to say is my favorite. So.
All right,
guys,
David, would you please close our program,
yes.
David?
How pleased we are here to have you both us today as our guests. Child training for individuals with disabilities highly important. And you both, as an example, are committed your work careers to guide and assist like me, Ryan, Aaron. And we thank you deeply for the help you give each of us. To you, Laura, Kelly, you are a success story to us three.
Oh, thank you very
Yeah,
much,
yes,
guys.
yes.
Our show is featured on www.communityclearfaces.info. Have a great 2010, folks. See you in March.
Bye-bye.